Hello everyone, in today's video it's going to be a tutorial on how we create this environment artwork right here. I'm going to be breaking it down to a few simple, digestible and easy steps for you to follow along, so hope you enjoy. So the first step is to block in some strong shapes. This will be your centerpiece, this will be your focal point for your environment illustration. Just go in there with a strong brush, keep it bold, keep it clean. You don't have to spend too much time on the details, just create the overall shape because you can always come back a bit later to rework on this. So once you've found and created your main centerpiece of your environment, which in my case is obviously a big mountain, I'm trying to create something quite big, quite grand. You then look into creating your lights and shadows, and you're going to differentiate that using a darker tone and a lighter tone. See, the first color that I use to block it in is acting as my shadow right now. And what I'm doing is just creating new layers on top of that previous shape layer and just adding in lights and shadows. And this is a great way to separate the dimensions of your object, and it's a great way to show form. So you can see I've added in some mist, some fog in front of the mountain. This is to help separate the midground and the background. This is to create some distance, create some depth in between the two distances. Now I'm just doing the same thing. I'm just blocking in some clouds. I'm just keeping it to the simple shapes, bare minimal, and then I'm just adding in a little bit of the lighter tone to show a direction of where the light might be coming from. And this is obviously working in connection with the mountain surface light source as well, so it's coming from like the left side. So just a reminder, at this current stage we are still just focusing on the overall composition. We're just focusing on the main element, which is the mountain, the secondary, which are the clouds and the ground plane, and then the tertiary elements, which is just some small bushes or trees, plants, right? We're still just really focusing on the bigger things. We'll get into the details a bit later, but at the moment just want you to focus and spend more time on the overall composition first. So once you've done that and you've created a strong composition and you're happy to progress to the next stage, what you're going to do now is to create some more details and define and refine your centerpiece, which is, in my case once again, the mountain. So I'm just spending a lot more time refining the edges, cleaning things up here, and just doing the detailing, right? Nothing really changes compared to when it was in the sketch phase, in the blocking phase I mean. So everything's just I'm just adding a little bit of grit, I'm just adding a bit of texture using texture brushes, but when you zoom out or when you blur your vision at it and looking at the, it's a small navigator on the right hand side of the screen here, nothing really changes. I'm using the same tones, the shapes are kind of still there, I'm just creating some micro details to kind of give that sense that it's far away. Once you're happy with the detailing, you can move on to the next stage of adding more elements to your environment. This is when it gets a little bit more detailed. You can add whatever you like, experiment, play around with shapes, play around with objects, and see what you can come up with. Once you're happy with the elements that you've now added into your environment, you can move on to detailing the overall piece, right? So for example, I'm just creating more definition, more details, and more form in my clouds. And I'm just using 2 tones this time, as opposed to 3, like the mountain. So I'm just using a lighter tone and the previous tone that I used in the blocking phase of the clouds. So just at this moment, I felt like there was a bit too much empty space going on in the ground plane over there. So I decided it was best for me to add in some rocks just to break it up a little bit and even it out. So now everything is pretty much there, everything's set in place. When you're happy with the elements that you've added and you're happy with the detailing phase that you have just finished, you can go in and add in the tiny little details like the lighting and shadows onto the bushes, trees, or other elements that you may have, the shadows underneath the rocks, just to take everything to the next level. And you can just do all these final touch-ups as like your last stage to finish it off. You can add little things such as debris or like flower petals or anything that kind of shows a bit of movement in the piece. This I love adding actually, because it's one of the ways to kind of add a bit of movement into your piece. And it doesn't take much, you're just adding little bits of shapes here and there. And you can add in a little bit of motion blur or Gaussian blur just to give it that sense of movement. And that way it'll just make it feel really alive, it'll make it feel really pop. You know, and I think that's usually a great way that I always use to finish a piece off basically. Once everything's done, you'll probably notice that I love creating like a figure or a character or a person into my piece. I usually do this as like the final stage. I use this as a way to show relation. People can relate that this place might be somewhere that exists, so it brings a bit of a reality into it. And also it's a great tool to use to show human scale basically. So we all know what the average size person can be, we can relate to that, then you have that in comparison to your environment, and it really just makes the environment that much bigger, if that's, it makes it that much more grand. And that brings us to the end of this tutorial. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys found this really helpful and really useful. You can keep up to date with my latest artwork updates and news on my Instagram. And if you want to see more of these tutorials, you can find them on my Patreon. I also have on there open layered Photoshop files, Photoshop brushes, high quality wallpapers for you to download. And if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I look forward to seeing you next time.